If you're someone who spends a lot of time on social media attacking Prince Harry and his wife, now just think about the possibility, or the allegation, not even the fact, just the possibility that he has spent his entire life at constant risk of that sort of betrayal of trust, or perceived betrayal of trust, his entire life. That's what this case is about. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Mike Tindall is right. England, you do miss the old Prince Harry. You miss the reckless, always under the influence, fighting a mess. Third wheel to Will and Kate, you miss that Prince Harry, don't you? Because that Prince Harry represented what a lot of you were and still are. You haven't grown. You're stuck. You see a man who said, I am going to do better, not just for myself, but for the woman that I love, because I don't want to lose her. So, after already cleaning himself up, he sought more therapy. He started encouraging other men to do the same so that they can be better husbands, brothers, sons, just overall people in life. He called out his racism in the past and even spoke about how that is detrimental still to this day. And you all beat him up for that. You hate that he loves her. You hate that he loves this woman who is not white, who is not British. You fucking hate it. Well, too bad. Mike Tindall is exactly the man that you all deserve, and quite frankly, you need. You need this arrested development. You need this pighead behavior. You need this nasty ass man who cheats on his wife and makes a mockery out of everything you all claimed Meghan made a mockery out of. You got the people you deserve. Leave Prince Harry alone. He's too good for you. Bye.
Everybody keeps exposing themselves around Prince Harry and they don't even realize it. Because what exactly was Mike Tindall trying to say there? That Harry was more fun when he was drunk? Sir, read the room. That's like looking at somebody's worst coping phase and going, man, remember when you were emotionally spiraling? Good times. Huh? And people online clocked it immediately because regular folks know what that sounds like. We've all seen it before. There's always that one guy in the group who gets uncomfortable when his old party friend grows up. Suddenly, the friend stops blacking out every weekend, starts going to therapy, starts protecting their peace, starts caring about their kids, and the old crew goes, bro, changed. Yeah, hopefully. That's called adulthood. The weird part is how some of these royal-adjacent people still talk about Harry like they miss the version of him that was hurting. The messy version, the tabloid version, the stumble out the club so photographers can make money version. That's the Harry they call fun. Not the husband, not the father, not the veteran helping people, not the guy building projects and speaking globally. Nah. They preferred the exhausted dude drowning himself in alcohol while the press treated him like entertainment. That's dark if you really think about it. And honestly, it says a lot about certain royal circles, because some people only like you when you're struggling enough to make them comfortable. The second you heal, they start acting weird. You know the type. The moment you stop being the clown of the friend group and start setting boundaries, suddenly everybody calls you serious. No, fam, you just lost access. And let's not ignore the irony here. Mike Tindall talking slick about Harry's old behavior while his own name has floated around cheating rumors over the years. That's bold. Real bold. Meanwhile, Harry's over there locked in with his wife, raising kids, minding his business in California, making documentaries, running Invictus, speaking about mental health, and somehow he's the problem? Be serious. This whole thing also feels like one of those desperate remember me please moments, because why does Harry's name keep getting dragged into conversations that have nothing to do with him? Every time somebody's relevance meter blinks red, boom, here comes a Harry anecdote. It's giving, guys, wait, I knew him once. And the audience notices it now. That's why the backlash hits so hard online. People are tired of this sneaky little pattern where Harry gets mocked for surviving things that would have broken a lot of people. The man lost his mother in front of the entire planet before he even became a teenager, then spent years getting hunted by cameras while tabloids turned every bad moment into front-page comedy. Of course he had unhealthy coping habits. A lot of regular people would have ended up way worse. But here's the thing nobody can stand. Harry actually escaped the cycle. That bothers people, because some folks only know how to interact with the broken version of you. Once you level up mentally, emotionally, spiritually, they don't know where they fit anymore. So they start romanticizing your chaos. Man, you used to be fun. Translation, you used to self-destruct in ways that entertained us. And honestly, that's nasty work. There's a certain type of person who gets mad when the messy friend finally gets their life together. The minute you stop embarrassing yourself for public entertainment, people start acting like you betrayed them personally. That's exactly what's happening with Prince Harry. Some folks never wanted Harry healed or peaceful. They wanted party Harry, tabloid Harry, the guy stumbling out of clubs while everybody laughed, pointed fingers, and sold headlines. Basically, they wanted a human meme. But then Harry grew up. He became a husband protecting his wife, a dad obsessed with his kids, and someone openly talking about therapy, trauma, and mental health. And whew, some people are taking that very personally, because Harry escaped the role they assigned him. He was supposed to stay the goofy spare everyone mocked, while others got treated seriously. But he stopped playing along, and people hate when the person they laughed at suddenly gains self-respect. Regular people understand this instantly because we've all lived it. The second you leave toxic environments, set boundaries, and choose peace, suddenly people call you difficult or boring. Nah, you just stopped volunteering to be everybody's punching bag. And honestly, what really seems to bother people is that Harry looks happy. Not perfect, happy. Instead of crawling back miserable, this man moved to California, started raising chickens, planted palm trees, focused on his family, and basically said, "Actually, I'm good over here." And nothing drives controlling people crazier than watching somebody leave the circus and refuse to come back as the clown. People are reacting so strongly to those Mike Tindall comments because regular human beings know the difference between having fun and somebody quietly falling apart. And that's the part some folks keep pretending not to understand. When Prince Harry was out drinking heavily back in the day, the tabloids treated it like a comedy show. Every blurry nightclub photo became entertainment. Every bad decision became tomorrow's headline. But Harry himself already admitted that period of his life was rough, real rough. The man wasn't popping champagne because life was amazing. He was trying to outrun grief, pressure, cameras, trauma, and a level of public scrutiny that would make most people lose their minds by Tuesday afternoon. That's not fun. That's somebody drowning in public while everybody sells tickets to watch. So when Mike Tindall pops up basically saying, "Ah yes, Harry was more fun when he drunk," people hear something very different. They hear, "We preferred you struggling." And whew, that's ugly. Because anybody who has ever watched a friend spiral knows there's nothing funny about it. We all know that one person who kept the party going a little too hard. Everybody laughed at the time, then years later you realize, oh damn, they were actually hurting. That changes the whole memory. That's why these comments hit people wrong. It feels mean-spirited, like somebody taking a chapter Harry openly described as painful and turning it into pub banter for cheap laughs. And honestly, that's nasty work. Plus, let's be honest here, Harry talking openly about drinking, therapy, trauma, and mental health probably helped a lot of regular men feel less ashamed about their own struggles, especially in environments where men are taught to man up instead of getting help. That matters. At this point, every time somebody starts casually bringing up Harry out of nowhere, people online immediately go, somebody needs attention again. Because let's be honest, this pattern is getting old. The second the spotlight gets a little dim, boom, suddenly there's a random little jab at Harry and Meghan floating around in a podcast clip, TV interview, newspaper quote, or awkward panel discussion. It's like clockwork now. And people aren't dumb. They notice it immediately. Mike Tindall talking about Harry again had people online reacting like, "Sir, don't you have rugby highlights to rewatch or something?" Because why is Harry constantly living rent-free in these people's conversations years later? That's what makes it look thirsty. And the internet especially wasn't buying the "I'm just joking" energy this time, because there's already a weird vibe when somebody keeps romanticizing another person's roughest error. But then people started bringing up the irony, and whew, the internet never misses irony, because social media was basically saying, wait a minute, this is the guy throwing little comments around? That's when the backlash really kicked off. See, regular people can smell hypocrisy from a mile away because we deal with it every day. It's always the loudest person in the room giving relationship advice while their own house is built like wet cardboard. You know the type. The dude cheating on his girl suddenly becomes Professor Loyalty on a podcast microphone. The messy coworker starts giving TED Talks about professionalism. The cousin who owes everybody money suddenly lectures the family about responsibility during Christmas dinner. Bro, please. That's why people got irritated. And honestly, the internet is getting tired of watching grown adults use Harry's name like it's a CPR machine for relevance. Alright, you guys, that's gonna do it for today's Royal Mess Circus. If there's one thing we learned, it's this. Some people are still mad that Harry grew up, found peace, and stopped auditioning to be everybody's favorite train wreck. Imagine being upset because somebody got therapy, protected their family, and started acting like a grown man. Insane behavior. But y'all already know the internet never misses hypocrisy, and woo, the comment section has been doing detective work like it's the FBI with Wi-Fi. Drop your thoughts below because I already know y'all got opinions on this one. And listen, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button like a royal aide hiding tabloids at breakfast. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and join the family, because the royal mess never sleeps, and honestly, neither does the drama. I am your host, Miles. I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe, stay petty, and remember, the people most bothered by your growth are usually the ones who benefited from your confusion. Bye!